Welcome, sister. Welcome into our sacred container for the next 7 weeks, the red tent. And should you choose to remain here, to revisit here, to create and invite others into this space, then welcome into a lifelong sacred journey of the divine feminine. Sometimes when I use terms like the feminine or the lost feminine or the reclamation of these ancient ways, it's like even with words like that, I feel like it's not enough. The words are not big enough to encompass what we are here to do together. So welcome. Why are we here? Well, the initiation into the red tent very much has a mission statement of its own, right? This is all about this reclamation of our deepest, most authentic, undomesticated self, the essence of our truest, unobstructed, unfiltered self, the reclamation of this so that we may give it back into our life, into our community, into this collective that I think we all understand. And if not, let me remind you, this collective needs us. It needs us to do this more than ever. So congratulations. Why are you here? I mean, you could sit down and grab your journal and take some time with that question. And I hope that you do, if you haven't already. But I do hold part of your answer to that question. You are here because you felt the call. You are here because you know it's time. And one of the first things I'd like to do while I have the microphone, while I have your attention, is I want to deload that concept. I don't think that's the right way to say that, right? But we front load things. We load them with expectation. We have expectation for a certain outcome. And what is so beautiful about this unique model that we are reclaiming together is that what you said yes to is something you hold the keys to. There is no way to fail. You hold the keys. I cannot wait to see what those keys turn on, what they open. And while I may have some awesome tools or wisdom to help us with this revealing, with this reclamation, so do you. That's another reason that you're here. This circle needs you. It's beautiful, really. There is no way to fail in the reclamation of self. The only way that we measure success and fail is when there is an intended outcome. And here we are doing what is not being done. We are doing what has been forgotten. And we are also doing what has not yet been done. And therefore, we blaze the trail. We create the magic. We draw from our deepest well of wisdom and intuition and we offer from that place, and it will be perfect. So if you're not sure, do I have what it takes to do this? Is this the right timing? Am I up for this? The answer is yes. So as we begin our 7 weeks diving into embodied feminine leadership and the facilitation of sacred circles, sacred spaces to gather, I want to give you a tiny glimpse about some logistics, though I know that you have probably seen them elsewhere, so we'll keep that quick. And also to offer you an invitation for navigating these logistics. So in a few days, on Monday, around 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, I will load a week's worth of content, contemplations, meditation, journal prompts. It could also be videos, interviews, information that I'm drawing from other resources, not just from my tent, but from the larger tent. All of that will be placed right into the Facebook group, our private group. You have from Monday until Sunday, the following Sunday, to immerse yourself, to give yourself to this content. On Sundays, we will dive deeper into the topics on our live calls on Zoom. We will discuss, we will ask questions, we will practice and demonstrate for one another, we will inspire one another. Sometimes depth into a topic that you've already been introduced to that week. Sometimes it'll be a little bit of a sidestep, something completely new. This is our juicy time to practice sitting in circle. You give yourself to the content during the week in your timing, in your way, in your spaces. And on Sunday, we come together and we see what that's like and what that has to offer us, so that we may also become familiar with what we have to offer. Throughout the 7-week journey, you are encouraged to find an accountability buddy. Partner up, find a sister. You don't need to know her. Tap her on the shoulder and say, I was feeling drawn to ask you to be my accountability partner. And what does that mean? You two decide. Will you get together 15 minutes on a call, on a Zoom video chat? Perhaps you do some WhatsApp stuff together. You could be voice clipping. You can do this however you want. This woman will offer you an added layer of accountability that you will absolutely benefit from. As women, we are adept at the practice of sacrificing, of deprioritizing ourselves to the advantage or benefit of the others around us. This woman, serving as your accountability partner, will allow you to prevent any self-sacrifice, any self-abandonment on this journey that you might otherwise turn to. I'll give you some more tips on that, but feel free to partner up at any time. That really is a self-led process. By the end of our 7 weeks together, you will have had the chance to lead ritual together, small groups, in our full circle, maybe a little bit of both. But there is so much more to this journey than standing in front of a group of people or guiding even a circle of people. There is so much more for us here. And now, to arrive at my invitation. This course was designed to be accessible and affordable. And that means we are working with simple, minimal technologies. Facebook and Zoom, right? Audio recordings, video recordings linked right in the Facebook group. And while this may not always feel the most streamlined, and it may not always look the most beautiful and cohesive, this is me demonstrating my best commitment to keeping the course affordable and accessible. I chose not to pay for a hosting platform. I chose not to invest in fancy technologies. I'm choosing affordable options so that I may pass that along to you. So if at any point in this journey it feels a little bit crude or a little bit less simple than it needs to be for you or what you're used to, I welcome that feedback. I really, really do. And I hope you speak it into our shared space. And I also wanted to say up front that it is intentional and it is an offering, and I hope it is of service to you. So, what is the invitation? The invitation is to remember that our investments are directly proportional to what we receive. So when you look at a link to an article that you could read, or a meditation that you could listen to, or a journal prompt that you could answer, and you think, I'm really busy right now. I'm just going to skim this over. That is your choice. It is absolutely your choice. And I will say, from my direct experiences, though, who are we kidding? You know this. What you receive from that practice, what you receive from that meditation will suffer, will be limited by the skimming, the rushing through, the being distracted. So my invitation to you is to give yourself to whatever step you are taking each moment of the way. So if you need to carve out time in your schedule in advance and create the boundaries around it and ask for what you need, do that. If you need to push your way through a normal week and carve out a time on the weekend where you get one chunk of time, do that. Whatever you choose, wrap it in sweet, sweet intention to be present and to give yourself to whatever you are doing. That is my invitation, because I know that will be the most productive, the most abundant for you. And when it's abundant for you, it's abundant for Circle. So I invite you, and I thank you in advance for saying yes to yourself again and again, saying yes to these investments in yourself and all of the subsequent benefit thereafter. I am so happy that you're here. And I think that there will be moments where you're not sure if it's working, you're not sure if it's right, you're not sure if you're going to make it. And I wouldn't want it any other way. We excavate, right? We build, we rebuild. It crumbles, we step forward, we step back, right? We leap into the unknown, we backpedal. This is all for us. Each time we make the choice, each time we experience the consequences, the wisdom we receive, the insights we gather, it's all for us. And we are here to remember that, to reclaim that, and to spin it into some beautiful, beautiful shared magic. Welcome to the Red Tent. I'll see you on Sunday. Reach out anytime.